everybody? Welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to review the new Jason Statham movie, The Beekeeper. Now, I randomly, on a whim, decided to go watch this movie. One, I like Jason Statham. A lot of his movies are very samey, and he has kind of played the same guy in most movies, at least later on in his career. He used to be more diverse back in the day, but nowadays he's kind of playing the same guy, but I still like Jason Statham. The Transporter movie, particularly the first Transporter movie, I hold near and dear to my heart as one of my all-time favorite action movies. I am an action junkie, born and bred. My mom put the action movie bug in me, so I love action movies. And then I saw The Beekeeper didn't have a bad Rotten Tomato score, 70%, 93 audience score. So I was like, I'm going to check this movie out. And I got to tell ya, while I liked it, it is a bit much. But, just up top, if you're looking for an action movie to revolution, if you're looking for The Raid, if you're looking for John Wick, if you're looking for Mission Impossible, if you're looking for Top Gun, if you're looking for one of those action movies, like a really epic, change the game, unique, interesting, amazing, choreographed action film, this ain't breaking the walls. This ain't breaking the walls. This movie is in the same category as Taken, The Equalizer. It is sort of in the same category as the original John Wick. Take out some of the creativity, the more creative things they did with that John Wick movie, and it's kind of in that same category as well. It's a lot of movies, dude. It's a lot of parts from a lot of movies, from a lot of action movies, even parts from Jason Statham movies. But the movie is, at its heart, it's an old school action movie. This is a movie that could have came out 20 years ago in the early 2000s, and no one would have batted an eye at it. Might have been a classic back then, honestly. This is a old school action movie, and not in a Top Gun way, where Top Gun was like, this is old school action with a new school coat of paint. No, this one is just an old school action movie, and it has a lot of dated tropes. First of all, let's just get to the premise of the movie. The premise is this man, Adam Clay, mysterious man Adam Clay, he's a beekeeper. He keeps bees, he sells honey. That's his thing he does. It's kind of a passion thing he does. You don't know who he is, but he's been staying out of this elderly lady's barn. And they've built a relationship. You don't see it, but you can feel it that they've built a relationship. And one day, when he's about to leave, on the last day he's about to leave from this said barn and leave her land, leave her her farming area, all her land, and go off somewhere else, she's scammed out of all of her life savings, out of all of her money by one of those one of those credit scammers. We've all seen this. We have all seen credit card scammers, back in the day, those things that pop spam/scam phone calls. They try to get information out of you. There are plenty of these things, and unfortunately, a lot of those things target the elderly. Obviously, the elderly are tech savvy. They're not hip enough to know that they're being tricked into giving away too much information, that they're being tricked into giving away anything. Honestly, that's why I feel honestly, even me to this day, I feel uncomfortable giving any information of substance over the phone. You know what I mean? I'd much rather, if I'm gonna do something serious, I'd much rather do it face to face. Unless it's I know this is legit, I don't feel comfortable doing it. But a lot of elderly people aren't hip on these kind of things. They don't know these kind of things, and they end up getting scammed out of their life savings, out of a lot of money. And this is what happened to this lady. And she was so distraught about it, she was so upset about it, that she killed herself. And Jason Statham's character, Adam Clay, decides turns out Adam Clay is this super secret badass motherfucker who is a part of this hidden organization called the Beekeepers, whose jobs it was to root out corruption and whatnot that could potentially endanger America as a whole. That was their job. And they were allowed to with autonomy, and they were trained to be unstoppable killing machines. But this time, it's personal. So now he is going on a rampage across well, at least Boston, across Boston to find whoever was responsible for setting up that for setting her up, for stealing her money, for pushing her to committing suicide. They're looking for whoever did it. He's looking for whoever did it, and he's going to kill anybody who gets in his way. That's the premise of it. And right there, you've seen this trope before. It's the John Wick. It's the John Wick. It's the Taken. It's the Equalizer. This retired man with a particular set of skills. They've done this a billion times. The retired older guy with a particular set of skills. They've even right down to, you can equate the death of John Wick's dog, the kidnapping of, I can't remember his character. I can't remember what's his name's character in Taken, but the daughter being taken. You know, you can equate it to many things. The hooker and Equalizer. That there's an incident that happens. Unfortunately, these criminals fucked with the wrong goddamn dude at the wrong goddamn time. And this super badass goes on a killing spree, taking out the bad guys. It's Death Wish. It's the Punisher. You know this arc. Now, I will give some positives about this movie up top. First of all, while the action sequences aren't groundbreaking, they are very fun. And generally speaking, the movie has a fun vibe to it. It is a breeze of a movie. I mean, it's only like an hour and 40 minutes, and it's done pretty quickly. It doesn't really drag. But like the action sequences with Statham, who's he's an action icon, he's an action legend, he knows his shit, he gets his kicks in, he gets his stuff in, and he does it very breezy. I would probably say this may be the most unstoppable Jason Statham character. He's had some pretty badass characters over the course of his action movie career, but this one might be the most unstoppable, I think. It just comes off like he just can't, like I said, he can't be stopped. Like, honestly, he doesn't get injured or even really touched for real until the last 20 minutes of the movie when the finale comes around. And even then, that doesn't happen until the very last bit where he fights a guy and gets caught off guard and stabbed and actually gets bloodied a bit. But up till then, he is walking through places. There's a sequence where he just walks up on an entire tactical team unit who's hunting him, by the way. They know who he is. They got his picture. He just kind of walks in the middle of the group and he's just like, hey, what's up, guys? He pulls like a Bugs Bunny-esque moment. Yeah. This is what I would do if I wanted to catch me too. Yeah. Hey, what's your name? Oh. And he just gives his name. And then he commences to whooping all of these dudes' ass in tactical gear. By the way, he's just in regular ass clothes and a hat. He just whoops all their asses. Now, granted, I will give them this with the tactical gear. That was very deliberate because not only did they heighten the sound effects on when he hit the tactical gear, either with a gun or with his own, fist and fucking kicks, but they, but they really used it almost to show that he's not here to kill anybody innocent. And for the most part, pretty much he goes this whole movie. He drops a lot of bodies, but he doesn't kill anyone innocent. He shoots the cops in the kneecap. He knocks them unconscious. He shoots them in their body armor because they go out of their way to really get over him shooting the cops directly in their body armor, where it would knock the wind out of them but not kill them. Because for a lot of people don't know this, most body armor, most normal ordinary body armor isn't really designed to it's only designed to stop the bullet, but you're still getting hit and that shit still hurts. That force got to go somewhere and you're gonna boom. You got a fucking vest on, you get shot like that, dead center in the most, best spot, you're still gonna be like, oh shit. It's still gonna hurt like a motherfucker. So he's going out of his way to shoot the cops and their plates. But then in the background, they kind of have this whole thing going with this female cop who's the daughter of the woman he's avenging, and they do the classic cop vigilante thing of justice will prevail, and him being like, yeah, justice ain't gonna prevail, and the cop having to struggle between doing her job and believing in justice and just allowing this dude to do what she in her heart wishes she could do. Same shit you done seen before. So that's that. Also, there's this, but the interplay between the two cops though is pretty fun though. That is fun. Also, the villain of the movie, is this, you know, they literally ripped right from John Wick, a spoiled brat kid getting out of control, doing doing whatever the fuck he wants to, and getting and the bad guy and the good guy coming looking for him. Like, it was literally that, straight from John Wick. So in the end, the Beekeeper to me is, if you're into Jason Statham, if you're an action junkie, you will have a good time with the movie. You'll like the movie, you'll have a good time with the movie. But I would not recommend this. Like, if you're looking for something new, if you're looking for something fresh, I don't know if I'd recommend this. Though, if you do go see it, it's not that bad. It's not a bad watch, though it is a bit silly. There are a billion bee references, and no matter how hard they tried to make the whole beekeeping thing cool and, ooh, like, make it, like, the hive references, and America's a hive, and, like, as many times they make these fucking references, these fucking, you know, jokes and all this stuff, it never fucking works. But still, and sometimes I even rolled my eyes, especially Statham, because Statham was delivering these, like, bee puns with a serious ass face, and it's like, okay. But I digress. I still like the movie. I like the movie. I had fun with the movie. But as a movie, it's getting a 6 out of 10. It's getting a 6 out of 10. It's a breeze of a movie. Action set pieces are pretty cool when they're hitting, but the plot is predictable. And this movie is kind of steals from so many other movies that did things like this better, and other movies that have already done this. It's not reinventing the wheel at all with that. So in the end, it's just a rather decent action movie. Like I said, if you're into action movies, I would check it out. If you're into Jason Statham, I would definitely check it out. But other than that, that's what I got to say about it. Thank you guys for joining the Cop Game Movie Show. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.